Yeah, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I believe we are set to go and we get into the flow of this important webinar. So I want to say good morning, good day, and welcome to everyone that is joining us from different continents and from different countries in Africa. I want to welcome you to this important webinar that is put together by PAFO, the Pan-African Farmers Federation, and its partner, the AgriCord, a global non-governmental organization contributing significantly to the farmers' crave for the development of agriculture in Africa. The subject of this webinar is enhancing seed system through the farmers organization. And I have the privilege granted to me by PAFO to facilitate this 120 minutes webinar. I am Wole Fatumbi and I work for FARA. FARA is the Forum for Agricultural Research in Africa, with its secretariat in Accra, Ghana. By training, I'm a farming system agronomist, and I've given a lot of attention over the years to agricultural innovation systems approach. More lately, I have been contributing significantly to the development of Soil Initiative for Africa and the Africa Fertilizer and Soil Health Action Plan. In my 30 years research endeavor, I have contributed significantly to farmers organizations. I think farmers organizations are so important in moving things forward. I want to give a note of appreciation to our different speakers that have come on the platform this morning and to so many participants that are coming in. I see that many more are still coming in. Before I mention the objectives and the key outcome of this webinar, I want to give this housekeeping information. Well, please, we will be recording this webinar and the record mode is on. We believe that you are on with your camera and your audio because you agree with us that we can record your picture and your voice. If you do not want us to have you recorded, please, you can just mute your microphone and switch off your camera. You can still participate. You can listen to what we're saying, but your voice and your pictures will not be recorded. I want to inform you that translation opportunities here, PAFO is a multilingual organization. And so you can go and then pick, the AI will be supporting us to do the translation, and you can pick the translation that you prefer for this webinar. And so it's interesting, the type of things we want to examine today, and I want to give the prelude to it. Productivity of farms will be impossible without good seeds. In fact, the best technologies are better embedded in the seeds. And this is really very important to African agricultural research and development. You agree with me, there are different methods promulgated over time around the seeds. But it is important for us to think about where we are coming from and where we are going as it relates to the subject of seeds in Africa agriculture. And so today we want to look at how do we enhance the seed system, the farmers-based seed system, the community-based seed system through the organizations that we have. I do not want to preempt what the speakers will be bringing to the table, but I want to say clearly that what we want to achieve in this 2 hours discussion is how we enhance the understanding of successfully managing farmers' seed system and what will be the impact of that. Then we want to gain an insight into the best practices for farmers' organization managing certified seed production. Possibly, we want to also strengthen the network and potential collaboration among stakeholders in the seed system. And we want to give an insight into good practices in the production, storage, distribution of quality seeds under the farmers managed seed system and the community-based seed system. Then, more importantly, we want to see how policies can help us, or how do we leverage the existing policy institution at the continental level, at the regional level, and at the country level. So I want to welcome you into this adventure, and I want to ask you to please open your mind. There will be a lot of opportunities for you to hear your voice. Let me say that the first important opportunity is that you go into the chat box. The question box is also there, and you can put in your questions. Many of these questions we are going to pick, but we are going to give a ample opportunity to every one of us to have our voice. Well, I know that Africans, we like to introduce ourselves. You can go into the chat box and do all the introductions that you want for yourself, and we're going to take very good cognizance of it. Having given this prelude, we want to get into the flow. And I'm going to be calling the lead organizers from the two organizations, PAFO and AgriCord. And I'm going to start with Dr. Babafemi Oyewole, the CEO of PAFO. Many of us know Dr. Oyewole. He has so many years experience in the sector. You know, he was appointed lately to be the CEO of Pan-African Farmers Organization. And before then, he has played a lot of leadership role in different organizations on the continent. He's been part of the business sector. He has worked in Freetown, Sierra Leone. He has lived and worked in Accra. I'm happy to introduce this amiable personality, the CEO of PAFO, to give us the opening remark. Dr. Oyewole, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Prof, for the introduction. And I want to join Prof in welcoming everybody to this important webinar that, as he has mentioned, on the farmer managed seed system. It's my pleasure to be with you and to also have the opportunity and privilege of welcoming you. And I want to assure you that we're very much excited that you are able to join us to discuss this important theme of enhancing seed system through farmers' organization. Hopefully, as the moderator has said, you will be able to share your perspectives with us and contribute to the debate about the role of farmers in the farmers managed seed system and community-based seed system, and how to improve their engagement. As a way of introducing it, farmer managed seed systems and the community-based seed systems, CBSS, are central to the everyday practices of the smallholder and family farmers who feed 70% of the world's population. So FMSS and CBSS recognize the central role that farmers play in selecting, growing, saving, and sharing seeds in community. They are informal systems where farmers use locally adapted seeds to grow crops, and these seeds can come from farmers' own saved seeds, from neighbors, or from the local market. I would just like to briefly highlight 4 key basic issues about farmers managed seed system and this community-based seed systems. Number 1 is seed selection. Farmers consciously select seeds based on a variety of factors like taste, nutritional variety, and whether the seed is fit for food. For example, farmers might select the big nuts from a groundnut harvest for planting and use the smaller ones for cooking. Another thing is seed quality. Good quality seeds are uniform in size, in weight, and color, and are free from fragments like stones and other impurities. Another thing is women and seed systems. Women are often the majority of smallholder farmers and family farmers in Africa and maybe all over the world. And their seed decisions are often driven by nutritional variety and taste. However, given the women's um, social power and decision making, which can hinder their effectiveness in farmer managed system and community-based systems. Finally, is policy and support. While most African countries acknowledge the existence of these systems of seed, there is little concrete support for them. More support is needed to promote farmer management system and community-based system, and such support like seed banking and local seed business development is very important so that it will make quality seeds available to farmers at the right time and at affordable price. So Pan-African Farmers Organization, as the moderator has already briefly introduced, is the voice of over 80 million farmers in Africa, with 5 networks of regional farmers organizations and 79 national farmers organizations spread across 50 African countries. The mission of PAFO is to defend the interests of its members and empower them to contribute to food security in Africa and globally. To organize this webinar, PAFO is partnering with AgriCord, a global alliance of 13 agri agencies mandated by farmers' organizations from their respective countries. The mission of AgriCord is to promote and help build other farmers' organizations and cooperatives of family farmers. PAFO and AgriCord hope to use this webinar to highlight innovative seed initiatives implemented by farmers' organizations under the farmer managed seed system and community-based seed systems. This webinar aims to highlight the best practices, share insights from various regions, and discuss the evolving role of farmers' organizations in seed production and management, as well as how policies can better support these seed systems. No doubt, the high quality of resource persons assembled to guide the discussions will help us to understand the theme and to achieve the objectives of this webinar, which my colleague from AgriCord will later be outlining. I hope that we will all be actively involved in the discussions during the various sessions of this webinar. Thank you for your attention. Over to you.
Wow, thank you very much, Dr. Hoyewale, for that scintillating opening. I love the keywords you use in the opening, the family farmers, and how they feed over 70% of the population in Africa. That is 70% contribution to food and fiber in Africa is coming from smallholder family farmers. Possibly we don't want to call them smallholders anymore. Family farmers. Then what they do, you have highlighted it very well. They don't look at them as if they are naive or they are unintelligent. They do their own seed selections. They preserve their seed very well for the next cropping season. Thank you very much, Dr. Oyewole. I'm going to move to the CEO of AgriCord, Kajavori. Kajavori is coming with 2.5 decade experience in the sector. And then she has worked significantly across board in international organization. Well, she's been part of the public sector too. I saw it here finish her administration. And she has worked with the United Nations system. Now she's the CEO of AgriCord. AgriCord, which is an alliance of 13 organizations who supports farmers, work with farmers, trains farmers across the globe. Katja, you are welcome to give your opening remark.
Thank you very much, Professor Fatumbi. And maybe just to add to the introduction, I grew up in a small farm and I was planting the potatoes that came from the seeds that my grandparents propagated themselves. On behalf of AgriCord, it's my great pleasure to welcome you all into this important discussion. And we are very honored to host this together with PAFO colleagues. And thank you to all our distinguished speakers and everyone around the table to accept to share your knowledge and experiences with us. Also, I would like to extend our thanks to all the financial partners, such as European Union, Organization of Africa, Caribbean, Pacific States. In the case of AgriCord, also the French cooperation, AFD, the Germans, GIZ, who understand that it's important to support programs and actors who really drive food systems transformations in the most concrete ways. And by this, I mean, of course, farmers and their organizations who are at the heart of changing production practices, but also who are the key actors in restructuring how value chains and food systems could and can function in a wider sense. And one interesting program from which we also hear experiences in today's session is a program called FORI. It's a farmer organization-led action, research and innovation on agroecology, and it's financed by the European Commission and Organization of African, Caribbean and Pacific States. And that has allowed for important work to be done in testing and experimenting potential solutions to the challenges that the food systems face, including testing and developing farmer-led seed systems. And this goes back to the professor's comment, how we really have to stop thinking of farmers as sort of simple folks who can't do much. They are the key innovators when it comes to agricultural systems. And we should really tap into their knowledge and facilitate the collaboration between the research community and farmers so that most optimal solutions can be found and adopted. It is also very timely to have our discussion right after the International Soil Day, because it's from the healthy soil that it all begins, and from accessible, good quality and diverse seeds that it all grows. And we think also, and we see increasingly, that agroecology is one holistic approach that has the potential to address different aspects of food systems. And as mentioned, including the promotion of diverse localized seed systems in which different types of seeds, including farmer-managed seeds, have their place. And integrated diverse seed systems are really the cornerstone of biodiverse, climate resilient, equitable and fair food systems. And also, if we want to achieve zero hunger and nutrition targets, we need to take seeds seriously. So this is why we are very excited and eager to start today's discussion with you. And I know that our great line of distinguished speakers is ready to go. So I stop here and wish you all a fruitful session. And thank you again for being with us today. And with this, I hand it over to Professor Fatumbi.
Well, thank you very much, Kachta, for that nice opening from our side. I think we need to continue to communicate it loud and clear to policymakers, to technocrats, to researchers, that notion that a farmer is a simple person who knows nothing or who will continually require capacity development is not the whole truth. That is too much knowledge with the farmer, and this needs to be recognized. Thank you very much once again for that opening that set us in the right direction. I want to call on Martin. I hope Martin is there to help us have the same understanding of what the FMSS and the CBSS means. That is Farmers Managed Seed System and the Community Managed Seed System. Martin, please, you have the floor. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Fatumbi. So I am Martin Agbuton. I am the coordinator of the program. Katia has just talked about FORI, but FORI stands for Office Organization Leading Research and Innovation on Agroecology or Sustainable Food System. So I will be briefly presenting the type of system that we have. especially in Africa. So generally in Africa, we have two main food systems. The informal system, the farmer managed system, and then the formal system, which is also called the commercial system. And then we have a system that is the integration of this formal and informal system, the community-based systems. And the characteristic of these systems in the informal system, it represents about 90% of the seed that are produced and used on the African continent. And we have generally no distinction between seed and food grain. Farmers generally use the previous harvest and they consider this as seed to produce for the next season. And it is genetically diverse with local varieties, seeds from last grain purchase from the market, and gifted within the community. The quality is often put into question, of course. And then in the formal system, which is the opposite of the informal, we have there some stringent rules in terms of selection, registration, certification, formalization, and marketing of the city and seeding. Following the standard of distinctiveness, informity, and stability of the varieties. And then these are often stored at the upper level, usually at the academic and corporate level. And then we have this improve the quality of the seed and require certification for commercial use. And then for this, usually very small producers excluded from this process. It requires a lot of means for that. And then the last one, which is an integration of these two systems, the formal and the formal one, the community-based systems, uses the foundation system, and farmers are usually trained to produce better quality seeds. And then we have a maintenance of our own internal quality control system, similar to the system, and the quality is also improved. So in this webinar, we are going to have two presentations will be addressing especially the informal system, but also the community system. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Martin, for that clarification. I like what I heard and what is in the slide that you showed. I think we're beginning to be on the same page as it relates to the definition of the formal system as against the farmers managed and the community managed system. What I'm seeing very clearly, or what I did not see, what I'm seeing and what I did not see clearly is the financial input and what it will cost for the seeds coming from the formal system to get into the hand of the farmers for use, as against when farmers manage their own seed system. I guess on the continent, getting seed from the formal commercial system is not been very effective for the farmers because of the cost implication and possibly the effort it takes to do that. But it appears from your definition also that you allude that the farmers, the quality of the seeds at the farmers level is also beginning to increase. Now let's get more opinion from the audience while we're listening to the key presentation today and we are able to reinterrogate the subject matter. Once again, thank you very much, Martin, for that introduction. I'll move straight to pick the first speaker. I've been trying to see if she's online, and that is Madam Beatrice Egulu. Beatrice Egulu. Beatrice Egulu is a policy officer at the department at DABI, Department of Agriculture, Rural Economy, Blue Economy of the African Union Commission. Beatrice, very well known to me, has been part of the seed system work at the African Union for a number of years, and she's quite knowledgeable in a number of subject matter. So, Madam Beatrice, if you are online, the floor is open for your key presentation. Please, moderator, check for me if Beatrice is there. I doubt if Beatrice is there.
It seems to me that Beatrice is not on the call.
Okay. Beatrice is not on the call. Yeah, we have expected that Beatrice is going to be speaking on the policy dimension of African seed system. Possibly if she joined us as we move on, we're going to give opportunity for her to come up again and give us her own presentation. Then I'm going to move smartly and quickly to take the next presentation. I hope the next presenter is in and is ready. And that is in person of Hamidou Traoré. Hamidou Traoré is an agricultural engineer with IPR.
Oui, bonjour, je suis là.
Oh, you're there already. I'm so happy to have you on. So he has worked for a number of years also in the different non-governmental organizations handling several things. And I'm happy that Hamidou have held position before that had to do with organic agriculture and more recently around the subject of agroecology. So Hamidou, you have the floor to make your presentation. Thank you.
Ok, merci à vous. Vous pouvez partager ma présentation, s'il vous plaît.
Oui.
Okay. Bonjour à toutes et à tous. Moi, c'est Hamidou Traoré, je suis du Mali. Je représente l'Union nationale des coopératives de planteurs et maraîchers du Mali, UNCPM, d'où je suis en charge d'un projet sur la production des semences maraîchères paysannes avec la recherche et l'innovation de pratiques agroécologiques, dénommé projet Fouri. Bon, donc, à travers ce projet Fouri, aujourd'hui, on va vous partager les bonnes pratiques en matière de production et gestion des semences que nous avons eu à faire à travers ce projet. Bon, donc, l'objectif de ce projet est de promouvoir la production des semences maraîchères paysannes adaptées aux pratiques agroécologiques afin de renforcer la filière horticole. Bon, donc, pour ce faire, on a deux résultats, à savoir la qualité et la quantité des semences paysannes produites sur les terroirs augmente et un réseau de producteurs de semences renforce la diffusion des semences auprès des producteurs et en valorisant la production locale. Bon, donc, ça, c'est les deux objectifs que nous nous sommes fixés à travers ce projet. Oui, cela. Bon, donc, en ce qui concerne la zone d'intervention de ce projet, le projet intervient dans la région de Pilkoro, comme vous pouvez voir ici en haut. Et dans cette région, il y a 3 communes. Les 3 communes sont la commune de Baguineda avec 7 villages d'intervention, Samanko avec le village de Samanko et Kati, des villages. Voilà, ça c'est les zones d'intervention du projet. Bon, donc, c'est un projet de production de semences qui intervient dans les 10 villages à travers les 3 communes qu'on a citées. Et les 10 villages-là, on a 10 producteurs par village, soit au total 100 producteurs. Bon, donc, pour faire la formation, on a mis en place des activités qu'on va énumérer ci-dessous. Bon, donc, on va parler de notre séance qui concerne la sélection et la multiplication des semences sur les 5 spéculations. Bon, donc, pour le projet, on a commencé par faire une étude de diagnostic. Sur la base de cette étude, les producteurs ont montré leurs intérêts pour 5 spéculations, à savoir le gombo, le piment, l'aubergine africaine, la tomate et l'oignon. Bon, donc, pour faire la production de ces spéculations, on a fait une formation. Après la formation, on a eu l'accompagnement de la recherche et on a installé les parcelles. Bon, donc, pour l'installation, également, on avait besoin de certaines connaissances. On a eu les connaissances à travers ces formations-là. Bon, donc, pour avoir une bonne sémence, il est crucial de sélectionner les variétés adaptées aux conditions locales, qui répondent également aux besoins des producteurs. Et après la sélection, maintenant, on doit tenir compte que ces variétés soient résistantes aux maladies, à la sécheresse et qui répondent également aux normes gustatives. Bon, donc, pour la plupart des semences, on a vu que les producteurs, ils ont des semences qui ne répondaient pas forcément à ces critères-là. C'est la raison pour laquelle et aussi ils ont jugé nécessaire de produire leurs propres semences. Bon, donc, pour la multiplication également, je vous ai expliqué, on est avec 100 producteurs qui est retenu et ils sont formés sur les pratiques agroécologiques. Ces pratiques concernent la fabrication des biopesticides et les bio-organiques. Bon, donc, ces produits-là qui ont été produits vont aider les producteurs dans l'installation des parcelles, notamment pour fertiliser le sol et lutter contre les insectes et les maladies. Slide suivant. Bon, donc, en ce qui concerne les bonnes pratiques concernant la production, bon, donc, on a jugé nécessaire de préserver la santé des plantes par la gestion des maladies, qui est essentielle pour garantir des semences saines. Et cela a impliqué des pratiques culturelles telles que la rotation. On a installé des parcelles sur des cultures en tenant compte de la rotation, les méthodes de lutte. Pour cela, on a fabriqué les biopesticides, notamment à Pichy, les bouillons de cendre, qui sont des technologies paysannes et agroécologiques. Bon, donc, également, ces biopesticides nous ont permis, même dans nos conditions difficiles, de contrôler la population des bioagresseurs. Également, il est essentiel pour la production des semences de tenir compte de la fertilité des sols. Bon, donc, pour une fertilisation efficace, nous avons opté pour diverses formules. Notamment, on a une formule qu'on appelle bokashi, qui est un procédé organique de décomposition de la matière organique, qui favorise une croissance optimale pour les plantes. Bon, donc, cette procédé a été beaucoup apprécié par les producteurs et c'est la combinaison de ces différentes pratiques-là qui nous ont permis d'avoir une bonne production. Bon, donc, pour les technologies de production, actuellement, avant l'arrivée du projet, pour la production de semences, c'était une production, par exemple, pour l'oignon, il fallait faire une production bisannuelle. Et pour cette production bisannuelle, il faut installer la graine pour la première année et la seconde année, il faut installer les bulbes. Bon, donc, pour les bulbes également, on a vu avant l'arrivée du projet, il y avait les producteurs installer directement les bulbes dans le champ. Bon, donc, après constat avec les producteurs, on a vu que les plants talent. Et quand ils talent, ça donne des plants qui sont très médiocres. Bon, donc, on a commencé à installer nos cultures dans un premier temps dans un pépinière. Un pépinière, c'est une petite parcelle qui permet de germer et après la germination, on a séparé les plants pour installer. Bon, donc, en termes de superficie, c'est un gain pour le temps, pour les producteurs et également c'est un gain en termes de superficie et d'économie. Bon, donc, prioritairement, c'est ces pratiques qui sont en cours. Bon, donc, également, pour la conservation, à travers l'étude de diagnostic également, pour la conservation des semences en graines, on a constaté que la plupart des producteurs utilisent diverses méthodes de conservation des graines, notamment les tissus, les calebasses et d'autres outils traditionnels pour la conservation des graines, ce qui affectait considérablement la qualité germinative et la faculté de germination de ces graines-là. Bon, donc, avec l'échange entre producteurs, nous nous sommes convenus sur la conservation des semences dans les bidons d'eau minérale pour une meilleure conservation de ces graines-là. Bon, donc, pour ce qui concerne la bulbe mère, comme on vous disait, dans le cadre de notre production, on fait également la production des semences de l'oignon, qui est un procédé un peu complexe. Bon, donc, pour ça, pour la première année, après l'installation des graines, il faut l'obtention des tubercules. Et donc, pour obtenir des tubercules pour l'installation des graines, il faut que les tubercules soient de taille moyenne et ils soient suffisamment arrivés à la maturité qui permet de souder la tige. Bon, donc, qui protège contre les microbes. Bon, donc, après tout ça, maintenant, on va faire la récolte et faire le tri. Après le triage, on va conserver les tubercules de taille moyenne. Bon, donc, pour ces tubercules de taille moyenne-là, on va les conserver dans les cases construites pour la conservation des semences d'oignons sur des clés. Les clés sont soit en bois ou soit en maille de fer, bon, donc, qui permet de stocker les graines, les tubercules d'oignons. Bon, donc, après ça, chaque mois, une ou deux fois, on vient dans la salle de conservation, le magasin qui a été construit pour trier. Ceux qui commencent à germer, on va les enlever. Ceux qui contiennent des moisissures, on les enlève. Ceux qui contiennent également des traces d'humidité, on les enlève également. Bon, donc, c'est ce procédé qui nous a permis de conserver ces tubercules-là jusqu'à la saison prochaine. Donc, en ce qui concerne également la diffusion des semences et les bonnes pratiques, divers procédés ont été mis en place, notamment l'échange des semences entre les producteurs. Comme vous le savez bien, dans nos conditions de base, on n'avait pas de semences maraîchères endogènes. Bon, donc, c'est à travers l'étude qu'on a su qu'il y a certaines variétés endogènes qui ont été conservées par certains producteurs. On a été à la recherche de ces variétés et on a partagé avec nos producteurs là-bas. Donc, c'est cet partage qui nous a permis aujourd'hui de multiplier ces variétés et de les conserver. Et également, après les formations qu'on vous a dit qu'on faisait sur les sites de pratiques agroécologiques, les producteurs qui, après leur formation, viennent dans leurs coopératives respectives et partagent leurs connaissances avec les autres membres de leur coopérative. Les connaissances qu'ils ont apprises lors de leur formation pratique ont permis de diffuser les pratiques plusieurs à travers. Il y a eu la répartition des producteurs, les producteurs entre les semences au niveau des producteurs afin qu'ils puissent les semences qu'ils choisissent pour faire leur production. Bon, donc, dans leur localité également, ils sont considérés comme des ambassadeurs sur ces spéculations. Par exemple, une personne qui a été choisie pour l'oignon, lui, en plus de la production commune, l'intéressé devrait travailler sur l'oignon. Tout ce qui est question relative à la production de l'oignon dans sa communauté, le producteur en question devrait être en mesure de répondre à ces questions. Bon, donc, également, il fait des vulgarisations sur ces pratiques-là au niveau de la communauté. Et également, pour la pérennisation des acquis du projet, également, on a jugé nécessaire de mettre en place un réseau sémencier pour la pérennisation des acquis, non seulement pour la production, mais également pour la pérennisation des résultats de ce projet. Slide suivant. Également, l'importance de la participation des producteurs dans la prise de décision. Comme vous le savez bien, pour la plupart des activités de projet dans nos pays, souvent les décisions arrivent sur les acteurs de projet, mais contrairement à ces projets, pour le projet FORI, la participation active des producteurs à toutes les étapes de production des semences, mais également des prises de décision, a été l'un des clés de succès pour ce projet. Bon, donc, ça a permis d'assurer la prise en compte des besoins réels des producteurs dans les choix des zones d'intervention de ce projet, les choix pour ce qui concerne les semences qu'on a utilisées et également les thèmes de recherche qu'on a développés avec la recherche qui répond valablement à leurs attentes, mais également pour le renforcement des capacités et les résultats, l'implication des producteurs également lors de l'étude de diagnostic nous a permis de mettre en place les différentes activités. Et également, à travers les réseaux d'ambassadeurs qu'on a mis en place, plusieurs producteurs, même au-delà du projet, ont pu avoir des connaissances de base sur la production des semences. Voilà. Bon, donc, également, comme je disais en amont de mes propos, pour faire cette formation sur la production des plantes, des semences, la plupart des producteurs qu'on avait choisis, ils avaient des expériences endogènes sur la production des semences, mais également les semences qu'ils produisaient n'étaient vraiment pas des semences de qualité. Bon, donc, pour pallier à ces lacunes-là, il était primordial de faire une formation de base sur la formation, sur la production des semences, les pratiques agroécologiques et la recherche-action. Bon, donc, ces formations également ont été réalisées par la recherche et d'autres producteurs qu'on appelle les paysans et relais formateurs. Ça, c'est un mode de formation en cascade entre producteurs. Ça permet de faciliter la transmission des connaissances. Et ces formations ont été également un apport capital pour ces producteurs et à favoriser l'amorcement des activités de production des semences. Et également, une fois qu'ils ont acquis ces connaissances, ils ont retourné et ils ont pu installer les parcelles de semences de façon endogène, mais cette fois-ci, après la formation, nous avons constaté que la qualité des semences obtenues après cette formation ont amélioré et après les tests de germination au niveau de la recherche, les taux de germination étaient relativement élevés et la qualité visuelle de ces semences également était très très bonne. Bon, également la recherche-action. Bon, donc, auparavant, on faisait la sélection des semences dans nos champs, mais c'est à travers ce projet qu'on a su que réellement les producteurs et les chercheurs puissent s'associer sur les mêmes idées pour faire un projet et puis faire des activités de production ensemble. Bon, donc, la recherche-action participative a été un moyen efficace pour les producteurs d'améliorer considérablement la qualité des semences parce qu'on a eu beaucoup de conseils auprès de la recherche qui a permis d'améliorer la qualité des semences produites par nos producteurs. Mais également, ça nous a permis conjointement d'installer des parcelles de démonstration, non seulement pour les acteurs de ce projet, mais également pour d'autres producteurs qui sont aux environnants et qui viennent constamment visiter ces parcelles de démonstration. Et également, à travers ces pratiques également de recherche-action, des stratégies sont en train de mettre en place pour déterminer la quantité exacte des biopesticides et des biofertilisants qu'on va utiliser pour les cultures installées. Bon, donc, ça a été également l'occasion d'échanges entre les producteurs et les chercheurs sur des idées innovantes sur les biopesticides et les biofertilisants. Bon, donc, au-delà de ça également, les producteurs et les chercheurs également, on a mené des missions conjointes ensemble. Bon, donc, après ça, on a organisé des activités de veille pour la promotion des semences maraîchères. Dans ce cadre-là, la CNOP a organisé une rencontre, un atelier pour des réflexions en invitant les acteurs semenciers maliens, notamment la Direction nationale de l'agriculture, les organisations paysannes de production de semences, également les ONG et l'Assemblée permanente des chambres d'agriculture. Tous ces acteurs, ils sont venus, on a échangé. On a jugé nécessaire la prise en compte les semences maraîchères dans les documents de politique nationale sémencière. Bon, donc, on a fait une première rencontre. Une seconde rencontre est programmée pour ce mois-ci et ça va nous permettre de mettre en place une feuille de route pour porter une note de plaidoyer auprès des décideurs politiques afin qu'ils puissent prendre en compte dans les documents statutaires les semences maraîchères comme les autres spéculations. Également, pour la recherche de la production des semences, il y a eu des impacts positifs également, notamment le démarrage de cette activité a été un engouement auprès des producteurs paysans. Et au tout début, la plupart d'entre eux ne croyaient pas à leur faculté, mais après la formation, on a vu que ils ont commencé à produire des semences et ces semences ont été une source de revenus pour eux, ce qui a motivé beaucoup de producteurs à s'impliquer davantage dans la production de ces semences-là. Et également, en ce qui concerne le renforcement des compétences de jour en jour, les producteurs sont intéressés à améliorer leurs connaissances sur la production de ces semences. Et également, c'est à travers les activités de forêt que les paysans ont eu également un engouement pour la conservation des espèces endogènes de semences maraîchères. Bon, donc, tel n'était pas le cas avant l'arrivée de ce projet. Également, il y a eu des innovations techniques sur la conservation des bulbes mères, comme je disais, et également d'autres procédés sont en cours de test au niveau des producteurs. Également, comme toute activité, il y a les défis, ces défis qui sont liés soit à la nature, soit aux aspects de la production. Bon, donc, pour la production des semences maraîchères également paysannes au Mali, est confrontée à plusieurs défis, notamment la limitation des ressources. Bon, donc, pour faire la production des semences, soit on est obligé de partir sur la base des semences exportées et puis faire la production des semences. Souvent, les qualités pour les graines ne sont pas au rendez-vous. Souvent, après la production, on estime avoir une certaine qualité et d'autres pour ces graines-là ces graines-là ne répondent pas à ces attentes-là. Bon, donc, ce qui rend difficile ces activités. Bon, donc, également, il y a des difficultés d'accès à ces semences endogènes des semences maraîchères endogènes qui sont relativement limitées en nombre. Donc, les recherches sont toujours en cours. Également, les effets du changement climatique affectent considérablement la production des semences, notamment les fraîcheurs ou la température élevée impactent la floraison et les processus normaux de production de semences. Et également, la faible valorisation des résultats de recherche fait que la plupart des producteurs ne sont pas au courant des nouvelles procédés, que ce soit sur la production des semences ou d'autres pratiques de recherche qui peuvent améliorer leurs pratiques. Bon, également, il y a des difficultés de mobilisation des producteurs, notamment en cette période-là, même si vous avez programmé des activités, il est très difficile de mobiliser les producteurs parce qu'ils vont dire qu'on a des activités champêtres. Vraiment, c'est très difficile de les motiver pour qu'ils puissent venir, sachant qu'ils ont leur propre intérêt, mais malgré tout, ils peuvent faire les activités champêtres que de participer à des activités telles que la production des semences. Donc, je vous remercie pour votre aimable attention et voilà, merci. Je suis à votre disposition pour des questions. Voilà.
Thank you very much, Hamidou, for that good presentation. Wow. I mean, this is an high hope now to what is going on the field and the good work that is coming up with the traditional seed provider. I listened carefully. And I begin to see that from that level also, good seeds will only come from fertile soil and from the use of best agronomic practices. I also understand that you have engaged in series of training for farmers that want to concentrate on seed production. And I heard clearly the need or a bit of advocacy that the farmers, the traditional seed producers, needs to be engaged in discussions towards policy decisions around seeds. I think this is quite profound. Thank you very much. I'm going to move straight to the second presentation. But before I introduce the presenter, I want to reiterate the need for us to put our questions, our comments in the chat box. I'm not seeing anything there. And so if you have questions and comments, please don't hesitate to put in the chat box, even contribution to this discussion. Now, the next presentation, we're going to be taking it from Victor Marayino. He's going to be speaking on best practice in farmers managed seed system from FORI project. Victor will be talking about a case study on certified seed production managed by farmers organization and its impact. And Victor is an agronomist just like me and an environmental researcher. He will be speaking from his 8 years experience in managing farmers and extension, talking strongly about good agricultural practices, ecosystem restoration, and climate change. Victor is based in Rwanda. And a few other good things about Victor is that he likes to sing, he likes photography, and he likes to engage in gardening. Victor, are you going to sing for us before you do your presentation? Well, that is in a lighter mood. You have the floor to now do your presentation. Victor Manar. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Victor Manario. I work for Ingabo Farmers Syndicate in Rwanda. Briefly, I would like to share with you what is Ingabo and what is doing. Ingabo is a farmers organization in Rwanda with membership of about 16,000. Among them, 54% are women and 20% are young farmers. Ingabo work with the cooperatives in a different value chain, include cassava, rice, maize, beans, horticulture, and livestock. The mission of Ingabo is to improve the technical and economic capacities of agricultural producers so that they become competitive actors in the market. Regarding affiliation in the network, Ingabo is a member of private sector forum in Rwanda and is a member of Eastern Africa Farmers Federation, as well as a member of World Farmers Organization. Ingabo has a legal personality from 2005. And I would like to share with you the background of the seed system in Rwanda, where we have 4 dominant seed systems, which include farmer self seed system, public, private, and you have public seed system and private seed system. Farmer self and the public.
Victor, you may have to adjust your microphone so that the interpreters can hear you and the audience can hear you more clearly. Okay, thank you.
Sorry?
You need to adjust your microphone and speak a bit loud so that the audience and the interpreters can hear you clearly. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. I'm saying that the farmer saved and the public seed system represent the majority of seed volume in Rwanda. The farmer saved seed system goes with the challenge, especially for vegetatively propagated crops such as potato and cassava, where farmer used to share planting materials as well as sharing disease in such materials. Until 2017, Rwanda depends on imports to meet its need of improved seeds, such as hybrid seeds for maize, soybeans, and wheat, which are among the country's staples. The country was importing around 3,000 tons of hybrid maize, 800 tons of wheat, and 700 tons of soybean every year to meet its local demands. Next, please. Previously is the Rwanda Agriculture and Animal Resource Development Board, who is in charge of research and doing multiplication, marketing, and distribution of seeds. Since 2019, effort of use emanating commercial seed companies, government, regulatory, and research agencies, and government organization, and the international agriculture research community, where they discussed how they can proceed. In 2020, Minagri initiated the public-private partnership approach for local seed production, whereby the private sector gain opportunity to lead the production and the marketing of locally produced certified seed. And the ultimate goal of this approach was to ensure that sufficient qualities or locally produced quality seeds are available to farmers timely. This was in line with the PAFO target to attain utilization of improved seed used by 75% of farmers by 2024. It is in this framework that Ingabo started to contribute in a formal seed system and facilitating producers to make their own seeds. If we can, now I'm going to share with you the historical background of Ingabo in seed production. Ingabo Syndicate started the cassava informal seed multiplication since 2004 in the period of cassava mosaic disease and cassava brown streak disease outbreak. This was done to save the community as cassava contribute more to the food security in Rwanda. In 2020, Ingabo signed tripartite MOU between Rwanda Agriculture and Animal Resource Development Board, and the international was to facilitate cooperatives to participate in making early generation seeds, which were not sufficient for farmers to make certified seeds. Next, please. Ingabo now is trying to build a business model in pyramid. Rwanda Agriculture, Rwanda Agriculture and Animal Resource Development Board produce seed generation seeds, and the cooperative multiply and they produce multiply the produce the generation seed to get the basic seed, and the individual and the other cooperative produce certified seeds, and they distribute to farmers for use. Next, please. Here, the role of Ingabo in organizing seed system. Ingabo facilitates multipliers to be registered and complying with standard regulations, and is working closely with the research institutions to avail generation seeds. Ingabo also assists and coordinate individual seed entrepreneurs and cooperatives in the process of multiplication, marketing, and the distribution. Ingabo also with different stakeholders is now making a profitable business model so that seed entrepreneurs can do a profitable business. Among the challenge first in this process, there is a bit of farmers of using or there is a challenge of small land, which is a barrier in complying with the regulations regarding isolation, climate change related challenges such as droughts, and also there is a challenge regarding the market where seed entrepreneurs they do not know about the seed demand, annual seed demand, and also there is a challenge related to the spread of disease, which is reducing the production, and also there is a challenge related to the budget constraints. Next. Regarding the research and best practices, by organizing an annual crop event known as Cassava Week, Ingabo create opportunity of assembling stakeholders of seed system. This help in discussing how to build a sustainable seed system. Multipliers now are aware of seed regression processes. Farmers are aware of the role of sourcing health protein materials. According to different interactions and assessment findings, cassava seed demand is still higher than produced seeds. This creates a business opportunity to seed multipliers. Farmers now can access affordable seed nearby them. If I can try to summarize the case study of farmers organization in Rwanda, I would like to say to you, thank you.
Thank you very much, Victor, for that very good presentation. And this is an impressive way, possibly, to do it. I heard you clearly. The situation in Rwanda, which I think is a representation of what is going on in every other country on the continent. I mean, you gave the key statistics about the seeds that are imported into the country. Whether those seeds are hybrid or they are open pollinated varieties, we do not know. But the country is bringing in about, is it 8,000 or 800,000 tons of maize and other variety. I listened carefully and I discovered that what Ingabo as an organization seems to be doing from your presentation is to create a business segment for seed producers. If I got you very right. And so you provide training and you help them establish appropriate production technique and help them in the business development component. That's an important important example of what a farmers organization can do. Well, I'm going to move straight into a bit of question and answer mode, possibly for you and Amidou Traore. Please, I would like a split of the screen for Victor and Amidou Traore. So to both of you, I want you to respond one after the other. What are the key success factors for farmer managed seed system and community managed seed system? I just want you to go straight to the point, and I'm going to start from Amidou. What are the key success factors? You know, you've talked about what you're doing, but what are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things that ensure that this is successful and the knowledge you want to pass on to others, possibly for implementation? So Amidou, you first, then we take again the same response to the same question from Victor. Amidou, you have the floor.
Ok, merci pour votre question. C'est une très bonne question. Je dirais ce qui a fait la différence entre ce projet et l'autre projet, c'est l'engagement de l'ensemble des acteurs. Ça, c'est dans un premier temps, mais en particulier l'engagement des producteurs qui ont été sélectionnés. Bon, donc, pour la base, on a fait l'étude et l'étude également a fait ressortir le besoin concret des producteurs. Et c'est à partir de là que toutes les activités qui se sont venues ont été aux attentes des producteurs. Voilà, c'est suite à l'étude en question. Bon, donc, après ça également, il y a l'association des producteurs dans les prises de décision. Bon, donc, comme je disais dans mes locutions, quand vous voyez généralement les projets, ils arrivent Ils prennent des décisions à la place des producteurs. Donc, généralement, ça ne donne pas de très bons résultats. Bon, donc, en plus de ça également, ce qui a été dit, les producteurs, ils ont vu leurs intérêts dans ces activités. C'est ce qui les a beaucoup motivés à mettre en avant ces pratiques-là. Bon, donc, globalement, les points de succès que je peux dire à travers ce projet, ce sont quelques points.
Wow, thank you very much, Amadou, for that. So I push the same question to Victor. You know, what are the key success factors, Victor?
For us, I can mention some. Engaging farmers in making their own seeds and help them to take decision regarding the required seeds. For example, here I present about cassava, but you have some successful stories about maize, where farmers are now responsible of making their own seed. This process of engaging farmer is the main success, is the main point of getting in this at this point, and also the way all stakeholders are engaged also is another issue which help to reach to the target. Now I can inform you that Rwanda is self-sufficient to hybrid maize seeds and soybean, and also for cassava. Now there is no import for these seeds because farmers are engaged in such process of making their own seeds.
Yeah, thank you very much, Victor. But did I hear you clearly that your farmers organization, they engage now in the production of hybrid seeds? Is that, or you want to say improved seeds?
Yeah.
Hybrid.
Here in Rwanda, the Rwanda Agriculture and Animal Resource Development Board is one responsible in making pre-basic seeds.
Yes.
And farmers organizations and cooperative and individual farmers who are have capacity of making seed, they proceed with basic and certified seeds.
Yeah.
Now, yeah.
Okay, now I got you clearly. Then we cannot use the word hybrid for what you want to describe. We can only use the word improved seed, so that you get the breeder seed from Rwanda Agricultural Board. Then you train farmers on how to multiply the seed. Okay, that's exactly what you're doing, because the word hybrid means something else. Okay, thank you very much for that. Now I'm going to come back to both of you again with another layer of question. And the first one in that layer is definitely these things you're talking about, farmers producing their seed, having a community of seed producers, is not a cheap deal. You know, it must have come with its own challenges. So what are the challenges that you faced so far, and what did you do to overcome these challenges in production, one, in distribution, and in marketing? I will go again to Hamidou to respond to that questions, then I come back to Victor. Let's do it quickly.
Okay. Pour nous, pour l'installation des partiels, les producteurs, c'est eux-mêmes qui se sont engagés à faire l'ensemble des activités d'installation. L'année passée, on a produit dans les parcelles paysannes, mais cette année, ils ont désigné dans leur localité une parcelle commune pour la production des semences. Et c'est sur ça que nous avons installé. Ce que le projet a fait, c'est de doter d'un fonds qui les permet d'installer, faire l'achat des intrants et d'autres petits matériels dont ils ont besoin pour faire la production. Sinon, à part ça, tout ce qui a été fait dans la production, dans l'achat de trucs là, c'est à part ces petits fonds, tout vient des producteurs. Bon, donc, au-delà de ça, c'est dans la formation et l'accompagnement que le projet a fait a mobilisé beaucoup de ressources, notamment pour la formation en agroécologie, mais également on a fait une autre formation en recherche-action avec l'accompagnement de l'IR. Bon, donc, ces deux pratiques leur ont permis d'avoir des semences de très bonne qualité. En ce qui concerne la commercialisation, jusque-là, on n'a pas eu de soucis liés à la commercialisation parce que les semences que nos producteurs produisent sont des semences appréciées par les producteurs locaux. Et contrairement à ce qu'on vend sur le marché, le prix est carrément abordable à ceux qui sont vendus sur le marché, ce qui fait que les producteurs préfèrent ces semences produites que les semences qui se vendent sur le marché. Bon, donc, je vais...
That is interesting. That's a very good point.
Gombo que les producteurs installent dans leurs parcelles sont plus résistants à beaucoup ces variétés par rapport à ceux qui sont dans les boîtes que tu vas les semer. Je cesse de le dire, il y a avancé beaucoup les choses. Ce n'est pas seulement les producteurs, mais l'ensemble de l'équipe du projet sont engagés pour la réussite.
I think we're losing Amidou. His bandwidth is the network is low on his side. So what do we do? Maybe, yeah. Let's just move to Victor. Victor, can you tell us about the challenges that you face in this process and how you overcome them? Victor, you now have the floor.
Yeah, I talked about the challenge of the habit of farmers of using recycled seeds, and the other one regarding isolation distance, and the one related to the climate change, and the budget constraints. Regarding the use of recycled seeds, to handle this, we improve our way of mobilizing farmers and teach them the role of using clean seeds, and also we are engaged in increasing awareness regarding the climate resilience activities, and also we have different program where we have in order to increase the capital for seed producers, we have a special product from banks and microfinance institutions where they can get a loan for raw interest so that they can support the community in getting certified seed. According to the market and the demand and the supply chain, we are conducting an assessment so that you can know the real number of required seeds annually, so that seed producers can produce according to the available market. According to the spread of disease, the only one way of reducing the seed spread is to use clean seeds and facilitate multipliers to work in a protected environment, such as increasing the isolation distance, where we are negotiating with local readers to provide seed multiplication sites, so that isolation distance can be enough as required by regulation institutions. Thank you.
Okay. Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much, Victor. These are really interesting challenges, and the way you've gone about solving them. I believe that a number of the challenges are not solved. In fact, you have provided answer to my next question, but I would like to hear also from Hamidu. You know, I begin to look at it because you're running a business model for this seed production. And at the bottom of my mind, I began to ask the big question. Both of you, the commercial seeds producers that follows the regulated, high-quality commercial seed production system and tends to produce it at high level, and the farmers' production system also, you tend to take the breeder seeds, as it were, the improved seeds, from the same research institute. Okay, and those seeds, they have the same quality. So it is more or less, it seems more or less to me that you're just using the local farmer to produce and to follow best practice in seed production. And so when you juxtapose these two methods and you look at the cost and benefit ratio, are you truly in business? You know, are you making more money? Are you creating a sustainable livelihood? And the second part of that question is the truth about the quality and the timeliness of supply of seed to your audience farmer. I want Amadou to just respond to this question briefly because of our time. Please quickly do. Amadou, you have the floor. Amidou, are you there?
Okay.
Yes.
Voilà, je n'ai pas très bien compris parce que la traduction était souvent coupée, bon, donc je n'ai pas bien compris l'idée qui est au fond, mais si j'ai bien entendu, vous avez dit que on utilise des semences améliorées pour utiliser comme base pour faire notre production de semences, si je vous ai bien compris.
Yes.
Est-ce que c'est ça? Voilà. Ce que je peux répondre à cette question, il faut savoir que dans la boîte, il y a deux types de semences d'abord. Il y a les semences hybrides et les semences améliorées. Bon, donc, pour nous, on n'utilise pas la boîte, mais on utilise des semences de base qui sont produites par la recherche. Ces semences de base-là, c'est eux qui nous donnent ces semences. Si je prends l'exemple sur l'oignon, par exemple, on a eu les graines de base avec les paysans semenciers locaux qui ont une expérience antérieure dans la production des semences. Quand je prends l'exemple sur la tomate et le piment, on a eu ces espèces-là avec l'IR, avec qui on travaille. Mais comme je disais, Chez nous, comme on a visité d'autres pays, ils ont leurs propres semences endogènes. Je dis pour le moment, on n'a pas ces semences endogènes-là. On est en train de les chercher, mais on n'en a pas. Bon, donc, les semences qu'on a, c'est au niveau de la recherche, c'est avec ces semences de base qu'on travaille, mais ce n'est pas des semences hybrides, c'est des semences améliorées, dont leur qualité et leurs rendements sont améliorés, mais ils sont capables d'être multipliés au niveau des producteurs sémenciers. Voilà, si j'ai bien compris la question.
Well, to a good extent, you responded to it. But what I would like to hear truly is that we are making better profit, more improved livelihood for the farmer. Are we making, or we still have hurdles to cross to be able to actually make improved livelihood for the seed producers farmer? You know, that is type of response I would love to get. But notwithstanding, let's get this type of response from Victor. Is Victor still there? Hello, can you hear me? It appears I'm not hearing anyone. Please, IT, can you please respond? Can people hear me?
He's here, but it seems that he's unable to unmute.
Oh,
Yes,
interpreters can hear me.
Yeah.
Maybe Victor is no longer there or is having internet challenge. Well, in that case, let me just move briefly to the audience. Then I'll come back to do the speech of the first speaker who we are unable to get, but is now. We now got our presentation. So let me move to the audience. I truly like our audience to come up and to speak up about the subject matter of the discussion. I have about 2 questions in the chat, but I'm not going to go to the chat. So IT, please allow the audience to raise their hand. Please, you can raise your hand in the audience if you have a comment, a question, a contribution to the 2 presentations we've had. I would like to take that. Okay. I'm not seeing any hands. My co-host, if you see any hand, please call my attention. So we're discussing the subject of citizens. Okay, I've seen Josephine Atangana. Josephine, you have the floor. Please, you can raise your question.
Yes, good afternoon to all. My question is addressed to the Malian presentation, Mr. Midu. I just want to know, after he has presented his challenges, I did not see any challenges considering regulations, laws. So I want to know if that is not a challenge in his country. And if it's so, what are the challenges regarding the laws and also collaboration with governments? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. I hope you picked that question. Let me get 2 or more 3 questions. Just so you can bring down your hand. Moses, yes, you have the floor. Yes, Moses, please unmute yourself and present your question. I think we are having challenge with Moses. So let me quickly go to Famara. Famara, kindly unmute yourself and present your question.
Merci beaucoup, facilitateur.
Merci.
Ma question, c'est pour Amédou du Mali. Merci beaucoup.
Interpreter, please increase your volume.
Quand vous alliez prendre certaines semences endogènes auprès des paysans, est-ce que ces semences-là étaient de bonne qualité? par rapport aux critères de qualité que vous avez évoqués pour dire que vous avez amélioré la qualité des semences, ou bien les semences des paysans n'étaient pas des semences de qualité. Est-ce que les semences endogènes que vous avez pu collecter auprès des paysans, est-ce qu'elles étaient de bonne qualité? Merci.
Yeah, okay, yes, that's good. I think both, any of the two can respond to that. Thank you very much, Famara. Yeah, Moses, you are ready now. Please, Moses, quickly present your question. Please, my speakers, please take note of the questions and be prepared to respond. Moses, I can't hear you. I think Moses is having internet challenge. Yeah, Moses, maybe you can remove the video so that your bandwidth supports your voice. While Moses is doing that, let me go to Lucien. Lucien, please unmute yourself and present your question. Lucien, are you there? Oh, Lucien, you tend to move off completely. Okay, maybe I'll now go to Sami Traore. Sami Traore, please unmute yourself and present your question. Yeah. Okay. Sami, you have the floor. Yeah, Sami, we cannot hear you. Please, can you come? We can't hear Sami also. Okay. Yeah, we can't hear you, Sami. So I'm going to go to Tlotlisang. Tlotlisang, please try, unmute yourself and present your question.
Thank you. My question is, over time, do they see farmers producing seed increasing, or are they decreasing in number? That's all that I wanted to know.
Oh, that's very good. Victor and Hamidu, please take note of that question so that when I give you the floor to respond, you can respond. So please, you can, once you present your questions, bring down your hand. I don't know if Moses is ready now. You can unmute yourself, Moses, and present your question. I'll be glad. Okay. We're still struggling with Moses. So let me take a question from Madam Diallo. I just saw in your chat you want the questions, and there are a few questions in the chat box.
Okay, good
yes.
afternoon, everybody.
Yes, but yeah.
I'm Mark Diallo from KIT. So my question is linked to the question of Famara. So I want to know, like, one of the problems for farmer managed seed is quality control. So as those people are working for farmer to improve the quality of their seed, what quality control mechanism they are using to make sure that the seed is of quality? And I add one question also from the chat that was where they are getting the foundation seed to produce the seed of farmer managed seed. Voilà. Donc pour Monsieur Traoré, je voulais savoir quel est le système de mécanismes que vous utilisez pour faire le contrôle des qualités des semences que vous produisez avec les paysans. Aussi, je voulais savoir d'où viennent vos semences de première génération. Donc, les semences que vous utilisez pour produire les semences, d'où ils viennent. Voilà, merci.
Okay, let me give opportunity to the two speakers to respond to this quickly. Then we will give more opportunity for comments as we go on. So, Victor, do you want to start this time around? Response to the question. Is Victor still there? Or we lost him completely?
He is still in the call. However, it seems he has troubles to unmute himself. Maybe he can't hear us.
Oh, okay. Well, while Victor try to come on, let's Amidou, please respond to all questions while we wait for Victor.
Ok, il n'y a pas de souci. J'ai mentionné quelques questions, mais il se peut que j'ai oublié certaines. Bon, donc, j'aurais aimé que vous m'appuyiez si j'ai fait des omissions. Bon, donc, ce qui concerne la législation, je pense que j'ai dit dans mes locutions, il y a d'autres qui ont dit que je n'ai pas parlé dans nos défis. Pour nous, on n'a pas mentionné dans le défi, mais on a mentionné qu'on a un souci qui concerne la législation des semences parce que les semences maraîchères ne sont pas encore prises. Même s'il y a un processus qui est en cours qui concerne les semences paysannes même et les semences nationales, mais la loi n'a pas été validée jusque là où je sache. Bon, donc, mais malgré tout ça, l'État autorise, je ne dirais pas autorisé officiellement, mais les producteurs, ils peuvent faire la production de semences à leur niveau et ils échangent entre eux. L'objectif n'est pas de commercialisation, mais ils peuvent faire des échanges entre eux. Mais si on parle de l'interdiction, dans la plupart des pays, on n'est même pas autorisé à le faire. Mais au Mali, on peut le faire. On peut le faire, on peut échanger, mais on n'a pas le droit de commercialiser. Voilà, pour le moment, ce que je peux dire concernant la législation, c'est ça. Il y a un processus qui est en cours, qui n'est pas abouti d'abord. Bon, donc, ce n'est pas encore validé. Notre souhait, c'est de faire un document qui va rejoindre le document qui est en cours dans l'administration pour la prise en compte des semences maraîchères, de préférence paysannes. Bon, donc, sur la législation, je peux dire ça. Il y a un intervenant qui parlait, est-ce que les semences sont produites de plus en plus ou de moins en moins? Bon, donc, pour répondre à cette question, à travers le projet Fori, on a entamé avec 100 producteurs. Mais il y a 3 jours de cela, avec l'accompagnement de la coordination nationale, on a pu former encore 25 producteurs qui vont entamer leur production de semences. Bon, donc, dans le réseau UNCPM, en ce que je cherche, jusqu'à mon arrivée au sein de l'UNCPM, il n'y avait pas de producteurs attitrés de production de semences. Bon, donc, notre souhait est, dans les jours à venir, de mettre en place le réseau et que les semences qui sont produites par notre réseau soient certifiées. Et je peux dire que l'objectif pour nous, même si tel n'est pas le cas, est que dans les jours à venir, les producteurs sémenciers soient plus importants dans notre réseau. Bon, donc, il y a quelqu'un qui a parlé du contrôle qualité. Pour le contrôle qualité, on est avec les techniciens de la recherche qui nous accompagnent depuis l'installation des parcelles de semences en respectant les normes de distanciation en fonction des espèces et les spéculations installées. Et après l'installation, maintenant, on fait des missions de suivi dans ces parcelles pour enlever les hors-types, enlever d'autres spéculations qui peuvent nuire à la qualité des semences. Et à la récolte, maintenant, les semences sont soigneusement traitées. Si je dis traitées, ils sont bien nettoyés dans les conditions de respect des semences afin qu'ils ne soient pas mélangés à d'autres graines. Bon, donc, après ça, maintenant, les techniciens de la recherche vont prendre les échantillons pour faire des analyses de tests de pureté et de faculté germinative. Bon, donc, comme je vous disais, avant le lancement du projet, on a fait un premier test sur le terrain. Les qualités des semences qui étaient produites par les producteurs étaient autour de 60%. Mais actuellement, 90% des semences qu'on a produites et qu'on a testées sont au-delà de 75%, qui est la norme autorisée pour la qualité germinative des graines au Mali. Bon, donc, globalement, on peut dire que c'est à travers ça que ces producteurs ont pu faire un avancée en ce qui concerne ces qualités. Et également, ils ont su faire des connaissances sur ces tests de germination. Ce n'est pas seulement la recherche qui est faite, mais actuellement, les producteurs eux-mêmes peuvent faire leurs tests de germination dans le sol et dans les assiettes contenant des trucs là. Bon, donc, il y a un autre intervenant, des intervenants qui ont parlé de l'origine. Il y a un qui a dit, est-ce que les semences androgènes qu'on va prendre pour faire la production des semences ont amélioré la qualité, si je ne me trompe pas. C'est des semences androgènes qui ont été produites par la recherche nationale et les institutions paysannes autorisées à faire la production des semences telles que Coprosem. Et c'est sur la base de ces semences produites-là qu'on va prendre pour faire la production des graines. Bon, donc, jusque-là, on n'a pas eu d'aléa. Mais il y a d'autres semences endogènes que j'ai mentionnées qui sont produites par les producteurs eux-mêmes, mais qui ne sont pas considérées dans l'installation des champs de démonstration. Les champs de démonstration sont installés exclusivement avec des semences, soit produites par la recherche ou soit produites par des organismes attitrés dans la production des semences au Mali. Et l'ensemble de ces activités est encadré par l'IR aussi. Voilà, je pense en gros, si je ne fais pas d'omission, c'était les questions qui m'étaient assignées.
Yeah, thank you very much, Amadou. You've done a yeoman's job responding to all these questions. Yeah, and it is quite clear. There are a number of other pointing questions in the chat box. You know, there is this question from Famara. Well, Famara had the opportunity to speak, but still put something here and is addressing it to Victor. I wouldn't know that if Victor is ready. You know, Famara is trying to say, I think the setup in most of the African countries is that seed company contact farmers organization to produce their seed, either hybrid or improved, so that the seed company takes up the certification scheme and they are in business. So it is not new, okay, in Rwanda, which means the rise in the farmers managed seed system is to access seed business without certification or administration. Is that the case? Is what you're doing, is it just to ensure that, okay, these seeds are produced and then you are able to informally sell it among the farmers within your cooperative? Or you still want to stand strong with the policy of the country that every seed, whether it is farmers produced, community produced, still go through the certification right? And Victor, this is an important question. So if you can come up to respond to it, it will be great. Please, let's see if Victor is there. I saw him online now.
Sorry, my internet is not good now, but I can intervene.
Okay.
Regarding to the seed regression and maintaining seed quality, here in Rwanda we have regulatory agents which is in charge of setting standard regulations and control that standards. Before being a seed producer, you have to apply so that they give you a certification for producing seeds. After getting that certificate, you can now start producing seed. And after planting your seed, you have to declare so that they can conduct inspections regarding the seed health at the field, and they conduct different inspection until your seed become mature so that you can harvest. Before harvesting, you have a certification. You have a certificate which can prove that your seed is safe for selling or is not good, they can stop you producing that seed. Is the process here in Rwanda.
Okay, what if I hear you clearly? What you're saying is that even with this, your organizations and the farmers group you are working with, you still go through the national law on seed certification before you distribute it to your farmer or you market it among them. Now that makes it very, very good and smart. I observe that there are a lot more questions and comment in the chat box. And I see the organizers are trying to respond to some of these questions, which is quite good. Other questions will be picked up and the PAFO or the organizers will find a way to respond to them. But there is one challenging questions in the chat box. And that question is around the seed of pastures. Okay, and I think that person is coming from a very sensitive side. The seed for grasses and pastures, you know, is anything going on around this? Are we doing anything? Yeah, Victor, before you just go, just let me know yes or no. And then Amidu, yes or no. The seeds of pastures. Victor?
Non, pour le moment, on travaille qu'avec les semences maraîchères. Pas d'autres semences pour le moment.
Oh, okay. That's important. I got a no from the two speakers. I think this is something we need to do. Our time is fast spent. We have 12 minutes to round up this discussion, and it is becoming very interesting. You know, our first speaker, Beatrice Egulu, we got in contact with her, and she tendered her apologies. She's in a location on official duty where internet is very bad and she could not come on. So she gave me a written speech to read. We will add the speech to the documents that you will receive with the presentations. So let me read it to you. She said, "It is both a privilege and an honor to address you today on the critical issue of African seed system, a foundation for agricultural productivity, food security, and climate resilience across our continent. I extend my sincere gratitude to the Pan-African Farmers Organization and AgriCord for hosting this timely webinar, which provides an invaluable platform for dialogue, knowledge sharing, and collaboration." Well, I think I'm a bit fast. I hope I'm not too fast for the interpreters. Can I go ahead? A bit slowly, okay. So African seed system, encompassing farmer-managed seed system, community-based seed system, and formal structure are vital for achieving sustainable agriculture. This diverse system, however, face unique challenges that demand coordination, collaborative, and inclusive solution. Coordination and collaboration. They are the cornerstone for functional seed system. The importance of coordination and collaboration in ensuring functional and resilient seed system cannot be overstated. Effective seed sector governance requires harmonized effort across government, regional organizations, farmers organizations, and private sector actors. Collaboration must extend beyond national borders to build cohesive regional frameworks and address systemic challenges such as seed accessibility, quality assurance, and regulatory harmonizations. In this regard, I would like to remind us of the pivotal role played by the African Seeds and Biotechnology Partnership Platform, ASBPP. The ASBPP strengthens mutual accountability and coordination through its governance of the African Seed and Biotechnology Program. this strategic framework endorsed by the 8th Ordinary Session of the Assembly of African Union in Addis Ababa in 2007 has been instrumental in shaping the seed sector in Africa. Its objectives to establish efficient seed systems and promote the application of biotechnology have directly contributed to food security, nutrition, and poverty alleviation across the continent. Recent initiative and pathway for policy development in Africa. As we convene today, I am pleased to highlight several ongoing efforts to boost our African seed system. The African Union Commission, in partnership with ALDA NEPAD and the Desira Lift Initiative, is finalizing a scoping study on farmers managed seed system. This study laid the groundwork for continental policy framework, strategy, and action plan on farmers managed seed system, which will be developed during a write-up scheduled for December 9 to 13, 2024. Regional consultation will provide an opportunity for stakeholders to contribute to this process, ensuring inclusivity and broad ownership of the framework. These initiatives underscore the importance of integrating farmer-managed seed system and the community-based seed system into national and regional agricultural strategy. They also highlight the need for innovative partnership, capacity building, and supportive regional regulatory environment to ensure the sustainability of this system. Key priorities for functional seed system. As we look ahead, I urge us to focus on key principles. One, we need to strengthen farmer-managed and community-based system. They are invaluable for preserving biodiversity, enhancing resilience, and empowering smallholder farmers. Policies must prioritize this system by providing technical support, infrastructure, and access to resources. Leveraging the ASBP, that's number 2, for collaborative governances. The ASBPP remains a cornerstone for fostering collaboration and harmonization across the seed sector. Strengthening its role and leveraging its strategic framework can drive impactful intervention and ensure mutual accountability among stakeholders. Number 3, empowering farmers' organization and enhancing synergies. Farmers' organizations are the engine of innovation in seed production and distribution. Policy must therefore empower these organizations and promote synergy between informal and formal seed system, creating a balanced and inclusive seed ecosystem. In conclusion, as we run this workshop on regional consultation and the upcoming workshop, this webinar is an important moment for reflection, dialogue, and action. By working together, we can create unified vision for African seed system, one that is inclusive, resilient, and transformative. The African Union reaffirms its commitment to advancing seed system policies and prioritize coordination, inclusivity, and sustainability. Let us continue to collaborate, leveraging the platform like ASBPP to ensure that African agriculture future is secure, prosperous, and equitable. Thank you. Okay, that is the very important and interesting speech from Beatrice Egolu, the representative of African Union Commission. We have barely 5 minutes to close, and so I want to ask the my colleague, the co-host, to please put the link in the chat box. We want to take your opinion, okay? And this link, once you click it, it takes you straight to a questionnaire. We want to ask every one of you to please complete this questionnaire and send it back to us. It will help us come up closely with the to harmonize the information we have gathered from this webinar. So we will begin to close now by calling the DG INPA, and that's Marion, the policy officer from DG INPA, to give us a comment quickly. Marion, you have the floor.
Yes, okay, great. Thank you very much. I will be very short because, we are closing the session. But as today's presentations and also the very interesting comments and questions have highlighted, there is a clear consensus on the fact that seeds, both from formal and informal systems, are essential. This came up quite a number of times. To preserve plant biodiversity, to promote food security, and to support sustainable agriculture, especially in the context of increasing risks with a focus on climatic ones. And we also all agree that farmer organizations had a critical role to play in preserving and sustainably using farmer seeds. Initially, I had planned to say a little bit about some of the support we provide to this sector. Of course, you've heard that we are supporting the FORI program, under which quite a number of projects are focusing on seed systems, the setting up and management of community seed banks and other activities. But we are also providing support to the FAO's International Treaty on plant genetic resources for food and agriculture. And as a number of comments were raised on the connections between community-based and farmers' seed systems with regulation and policy issues, I thought that it could be interesting for you to know what we are doing in this area. We have just decided to increase our support to the treaty. And you may know that this treaty is a legally binding international agreement under the auspices of the FAO that promotes and facilitates the conservation and sustainable use of plant genetic resources for food and agriculture, and the fair and equitable sharing of the benefits that arise from their use. Everything connected with the Convention on Biological Diversity. And the support that we are providing now to them has a focus on, of course, in situ conservation, working with farmers, and a large focus on action research. So I would like to engage all of you, all the farmers' organization, to get back to the representatives of the signatories in their own country to this treaty, to see how you can benefit from the activity, because there are clearly links. I would like also to invite you to get back to us if you are interested to know more about what we are doing. Another interesting piece of our agenda is also through the promotion of the NUS, the neglected and underutilized crop species, and for forgotten foods, which opens a large area for seed production and seed systems, because there will be a need to set up seed production and seed marketing through the revival of those crops. We are also going to support seed-related interventions under the Desira Plus initiative, especially in Western Africa. So please, if you want to know more about what the EU has been and is going to do in the seed sector, in addition to what we are doing under FOI, please feel free to get back to us. And I just would like to thank you all again, and especially the organizers, for this very fruitful and very insightful workshop, which has also highlighted the fact that the seed related debate is very huge and very complicated and would deserve many more time and discussions. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much, Marion, for these important discussions. And I've picked it. You know, the treaty that is going on, it will be good. If you have it, you can give us the link. We will really be glad to study that and provide it to the audience. Let me say that Marion is the policy analyst at the EC, and she worked with the DG INPA, a very important department of the EC for Africa agriculture. Okay, we are doing very well with time. I've requested for an additional 10 minutes before we take the last closing comment, which will just be like one minute from PAFO and AgriCord. I want us to take group picture. Is a requirement. So please, everyone, put on now your camera the way you would like to be seen in the group picture. And I want of course my co-host to please move into now gallery. Please, everyone, I'm not seeing too many faces in the gallery segment now. We need to take the picture. Put on your camera, okay? Put on your camera so that we see your faces and we can take the picture. I'm not still seeing so many faces. Okay, yes, the faces are beginning to come up. Please, let's do. It's great. It's good to see Elena Hon. It's good to see you. Yeah, good. Yes, I still need more.
Happy May we can also try to smile.
Yeah, but we can't take it now because we still need more faces on. Okay, page 1 is very good. Page 2 is not as good yet, or page 3 is nothing yet. Please, so please, everyone online, please put on your camera now so that we do it so quickly. Okay, I'm sure you can take the picture from your side. I'm also doing it for you here. Okay.
Done.
Well, even myself, my camera is not on. Like, okay, now I look good now. Okay, is it done on your side?
Yeah.
Good. Good. Yes. Okay. Very, very good. So now I'm going to ask our host to come up. So let me start from AgriCord this time around. Kaja, you have the floor to give your brief overview, just a few sentences, and your closing remark. Thank you.
Thank you very much, and thank you to everybody. This was a really, really interesting discussion. A lot of insights and perspectives shared, and also it shows that this is a topic that we should continue with, and there are different aspects, legal, regulatory aspects, business strategies, things related really to the production side of the seeds and so on. So I think with PAFO colleagues, we are motivated to continue on this important topic, and thank you everybody, and especially thank you for Professor Fatumbi for the excellent moderation. To be continued. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Dr. Yewale from PAFO, can you give your closing comments?
Thank you very much, Prof. I want also to join my voice with Katja to really thank you for the professional way you have moderated the sessions. When we look at main takeaway from this webinar is the fact that farmers are making efforts to really ensure that they help their members to access to quality seeds, and also involving the members in the decision about seed multiplication, marketing, and development of seeds, so which is very important. And one thing I want us to see more as farmers organization is to collaborate with research institutes, research organizations, to be able to know what they are doing, so that we will be able to bring their innovations to the farmers for adoption, and for improving the quality of seeds in Africa. Once again, I want to thank AgriCord for providing the technical support for this webinar, and all our colleagues in AgriCord, in PAFO, that contributed to the design of this webinar and ensure the success. And I will not leave out all the participants, where we had almost over 80 participants at a point. So we are grateful for your participation, and we look forward, like Kaka said, we are still going to have more of these webinars on seed, and in different aspects: commercialization of seed, marketing of seed, financing of seed production, and those are the issues that we are going to continue to examine in the future. And we still expect that you will be joining us again for the next edition of the webinar. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much, everyone. One last recognition we've not made is to the European Union Commission for the great job. I want to give a big applause to the Desira program, the Desira Live, the Desira Connect, which I know very much is at the back of all these. So thank you to the European Union Commission for all the contribution over decades and continuous contribution to the development of Africa agricultural research. We are very, very grateful. Well, on that note, last appreciation to every one of you for putting 2 hours of your day into this important discussion. To Africans, I want to tell you that according to Agenda 2063, together we can have the Africa agriculture we truly want. On that note, enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.